Welcome to Featured Fave Fridays. It's Mindy here. Today I'm going to talk about something that women would be interested in using, or women that might want to use. So as a woman who is still menstruating, I find that the best way for me to collect my menstrual blood is using a menstrual cup. I haven't always used menstrual cups. I started using them in 2014 when I discovered them. I used to use tampons though, because I'm one of those women that I don't like the feeling of pads. If you do, that's completely fine if you don't mind that, but I'm someone who I just feel very uncomfortable because I have a very heavy flow at the beginning of my period. So it's a lot of work and messy to change pads. So I've always liked to use something that can collect and absorb the blood internally. So I have had 4 children. So I always have had heavy periods all my life. They're manageable, so I do treat them and they are manageable. But what I've found is that this particular menstrual cup is called the Marula XL. And I discovered this one in about probably 2019, and I've been using that one ever since. I was using a different type before, the Luna cup. But this one, the good news about it is that it holds up to 50 mils of menstrual blood. So that sounds like a lot, but when you are quite a heavy bleeder, even when you're healthy and you're well, but you're a heavy bleeder, you will lose a lot more than what they say 80 mils is. So, I can lose up to 200 mils a cycle, even more sometimes. So this actually helps me to navigate those first 2 days of my period where things are, otherwise a little bit harder to navigate. So I'm going to open up the package and show you how it works. So this is obviously sealed. I'm not going to show you anything that's been used. I replace these every 2 years or so. So they last you a long time. I got mine from the period shop, so I wasn't sponsored or anything like that, because they're an Australian distributor of these, and I always like to support Australia if I can. And so this is what the cup looks like. So it is quite a round, thick silicone that it's made of. It's easily washed, so that's why I love it as well, is that it's safe for your body. There's no rayon in there. There's no risk of toxic shock like there is in tampons. I never used to like using tampons because of the risks and, the toxicity involved. So this one has a bag. It comes with a galactic type bag, and you can take it with you if you're traveling or if your period's going to come on while you're away. But I find that this is so easy to use anywhere. So I literally just fold it like that, and then I insert during my period, and it opens up inside. Maybe not that, sometimes it is a bit dramatic when it's opened up, and it will collect period fluid. So I find that this helps me to that I can concentrate on my task at hand. If I'm at work, I've got this, on, and I'm okay, and I can just function. And I'm not really there thinking, oh gosh, I've got to change my tampon. It used to be for me a really big exercise of having to do that quite regularly. They do come in a smaller size as well. So if you're somebody who doesn't have as heavy menstrual cycles as I do, or if you're someone that hasn't had children and you need a bit of a smaller size, you can get a smaller size. They have a range of sizes, but I really like that this one has the wider tug there instead of a thin cord, because it's stronger, and that all through the time that you're pulling this out, because the cervix does go up and down during your cycle, this allows you to pull it out no matter how far up it is or how far low it is, and it's not going to be either hanging down or it's not going to snap from the base. I've never had an issue with this breaking. So you can get a couple of colours as well. I always prefer the purples or the reds because I find that it's just easier. And I wash this gently in between my period when I'm emptying it into the toilet. I will rinse it out with a little tap, just with plain water, or in the shower I will rinse it just with a pH regulated soap, like a Fem soap or a body wash, and it just keeps it clean, and I do that every day when I'm on my cycle. So very, very easy to use. There is no complications with this, but I just thought I'd jump on, even though it's a little bit weird to talk about, and show you what I use, because it is something that has helped me immensely manage my cycle and manage, you know, being out in public and doing things that I have to do, because often it is not talked about that some women just cycle heavier. It's just how we are. So it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with me. I have had fluctuations in my hormones over the years. My hormones are all in balance now, but I've always just naturally been a heavy bleeder. I was a quick birther as well, so my periods are over within 4 days, but when they come and they go really quickly, which means at the time that they're here, they're shedding and they're leaving my body, and that's what they want to do. So this has been a much more manageable way to handle my cycle and to do the things as a woman that I want to do no matter what time of the month it is. So yeah, it's called the Marula XL, or you can get any of the other type of Marula products, but it is a real solid menstrual cup that will last you for years. So 2 years maximum is what I suggest anyway, because obviously there is an acidic environment that it's going into. But yeah, it's really, really solid. You could keep going with it if you wanted to, but I find that that's the period of time that I get out of them. Thanks for watching.